Hey guys. All right, we're going to get this thing started. We've got 54 people watching. That's great. So we've got folks that are here with us that are brand new. You're getting acclimated to the Shibboleth lifestyle. We've got others that are participating in one of two different challenges. You may even be participating in one of our daily challenges, like one of the War on Weakness meal plans. Or you may not know anything about Shibboleth. So I guess I should have told you who I am. I'm Travis Martin. Lost over 100 pounds on this great program. God's really blessed me with it, blessed you guys with it. And he just wants to keep blessing us, right? But we've got to have discipline. We've got to have discipline. Doesn't matter what the rest of the world is telling us this time of year. You know, you see so many commercials, so much marketing out there, marketing all these pills and potions. Some of those supplements might work, right? But they're not going to work by themselves. There's all kind of things you see on television that's coming on right now, infomercial season at its best, right? Promising you're going to lose all this weight. You don't have to do anything but buy this or buy that. What we want you to do here is just learn what to shop for, what to buy at your local grocery store, how to combine it, how to lose the body fat with ease, just like I did, just like tens and tens of thousands of others have now done. I was looking at the website before I got on here, 3 million pounds. We're right at 3 million pounds of fat loss for our group, and that's just the ones that are recording it. So bless the name of the Lord. So regardless of what's got you here, what your familiarity is with us, we welcome you. But I know we got a lot of you folks that's doing the dogfight and the purge challenge with us today, so we're going to spend some time on these badges. I want to read a quote to you before we get started. Maybe it'll motivate you, remind you why you got started at the turn of 2018. When patterns are broken, new worlds emerge. How many of you right now, what keeps you going? Let me digress. They say depression. I talk to so many people that are depressed, and I'm human too. If I ever feel any depression coming on, I know what it is. If you've ever felt depressed, you've been feeling depressed for a long time. Well, there's ways to snap out of that depression, but I want to tell you why you're feeling depressed. Can I tell you? Hey, everybody, what's up, Russell? What's up, Amanda? Hey, everybody. Hey, Pam. Hey, y'all. What's up, Sarah? If I missed anybody, does our heart good to know that you're with us. It really does. So what is depression? Why do we get down and out over long periods of time? It's because we look into the future. We're kind of stuck in a rut. You know, there's a quote that also says, what's the difference between a rut and the grave? And the quote says, the only difference between the rut and the grave is the depth of it. So if you've been stuck in a rut, especially one of depression. By the way, depression is of the enemy, of the devil. We God's people. We got no reason to be depressed. Snap out of that. But if you've been feeling that way, here's why you're feeling that way. You're looking out into the future, and you can't see a future with you in it where you're happy. Let me say that again. If you're depressed, it's because you're looking out into the future and you can't see you in that future happy, healthy, and well. Okay? So this quote here says, when patterns are broken, new worlds emerge. My life changed because I did the hard work. Your life will only if you don't remember anything else I say today, remember this. Your life will only change for the better based upon the number of bad, unhealthy patterns that you break starting today. And it's hard work for a while. But after a while, when you replace old bad habits with new good habits, why, it'll be difficult to break those old bad habits. I always say this, and it irritates many of our listeners. Weight loss is easy. Weight loss is so easy. It's so easy I don't even pronounce it correctly. I go easy. weight loss is easy, real easy. No, it can't be. It is. If you know this system, bless the name of the Lord, it's easy. So many options, so much variety. And then when you master it 2 or 3 weeks into it and you start getting your legs under you with it, I know it can be confusing. From the onset, you're learning new behaviors. But then you get into it a little bit, really immerse yourself into it like life depends on it, and it becomes easy. I mean, for crying out loud, if you want to lose weight, how many meals do you need? I mean, how much? I look back and I remember if I could just account for the amount of time in my life that I was either thinking about food, eating a meal, eating a snack, or grazing between meals, it took up a large part of my day. I was grazing like I was livestock instead of a human being, instead of a man, instead of God's man. I was grazing. I mean, that was where I got my joy. And the only time I wasn't depressed was when I was eating something. That gave me some temporary joy. It was temporary, but not even joy, happiness. Temporary happiness that then led moments later. I get a little mouth joy, a little mouth satisfaction, and then just moments later I was miserable. Regret. Why did I do that? Why did I do that to myself? I'm already 100 pounds overweight. I'm already on all these prescriptions. Was that little bit of pleasure, that little bit of mouth pleasure, was it worth me setting myself back further? Well, no, it wouldn't. And then when I started doing this, man, I get 3 meals a day, and I need to do what the Bible says. And the Bible says I need to do everything I do, whether I eat, whether I drink, whatever I'm doing, do it unto the Lord. And so all I got to do is know this stuff, immerse myself in it and know it, and then eat breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, and dinner for the Holy Spirit, and the weight falls off, and I'm eating good foods that I enjoy. It ain't going to cost me anymore. In fact, it's going to cost me less. All I'm doing is taking the budget I used to spend on junk and redirecting it towards things that are good and healthy for me at the grocery store. You mean I can do that? I can eat. I'll be able to eat more food in a day. It's all about perspective. Than somebody that's over there in a third world country gets in a week. Why would I ever complain about that? You mean for breakfast I can have a wonderful omelet or an approved bowl of cereal? And for lunch I can go out to Wendy's, have Wendy's chili and a salad, and at night I can come home and have some approved spaghetti that's good, homemade, delicious. And I'm going to complain about that? No, I'm going to lose weight, and I'm going to bless the name of the Lord. Man, this is good. And I'm not thinking about food all day. I'm not thinking about my weight problem all day anymore. I'm fixing it. It's easy. So why don't we all do it? Because it's easy not to. Why is it easy not to? Because of bad patterns. You must break those bad patterns. You've got to. And you need to listen to the Bible, read the Bible. There's one story in there, and I'll mess it up. Hadn't read it in a while, I'm ashamed to say, but there's one story in there about how the demons had inflicted one, and the demons the demons, the evil spirits was all in the house, right? And the demons was driven out of the house, and the house is clean now. And now that the house is clean it up good. We got them demons out of the house. We got them bad patterns away from us for a little while. Let's clean up real good. But there was nothing replaced. It was swept up a little bit, but the demons came back. And they came back many more times. How many of you have started a weight loss program, lost the weight, done great, only to gain it all back? I mean, maybe you starved that weight off. You didn't learn any new good habits. Maybe you just did a challenge. You didn't really learn how to eat, and then you gain all the weight back. That's like you get all cleaned up. Man, you're feeling good. I ain't never going to quit this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to lose weight. But you don't do the hard work necessary to make a permanent change. You don't replace those bad patterns with good patterns. Hey, the next time that you relapse, it's even worse, isn't it? So the Bible don't lie to us. We've got to get rid of these old bad habits and bad patterns and replace them with good and positive patterns that aren't difficult. They can't be difficult. I don't care. I don't care that it works. If it's difficult and there's no fun in it, you won't stick to it very long. It's just, we don't have to. We're free moral agents. Ain't nobody going to make us do this. So it not only has to work, it has to be fun. You have to enjoy it somewhat. Now, I'll be honest with you before we get to these exercise badges. Y'all, I'm being as honest as I know how to be. I love to eat. There's one eating program and lifestyle from a taste standpoint that I prefer, and I've done them all, that I preferred more than what we call Shibboleth. Let me tell you what it was. Back in the day, I could eat whatever. I could think about food all day. I could eat whatever I wanted, when I wanted it, as much as I wanted it. I could graze. I got all day long, just mouth pleasure. Now, it made me sick a little later with my acid reflux and having to take a round of Solo Cup with me and my vomit coming up all day. Ooh, gross TMI. But hey, it's the truth. Those medications. But hey, at least I was having, during the day, I was having some good old mouth pleasure, right? But see, that came with unintended consequences. It came with high blood pressure, acid reflux, no self-confidence, no self-esteem, couldn't enjoy nothing, was miserable, didn't have any hope, didn't bless the name of the Lord, judgmental, regretful, all these things. You know why I was so judgmental and harsh on other people? Because I didn't feel good about myself. And if I could bring them down in my mind, that made me feel a little better. See, most everything that was wrong with me at that time was due to sin, the sin of gluttony, and it had unintended consequences. So I found this program. Everything I need comes from the local grocery store. People are here to love me. People are here to support me. 44 pounds down in 6 weeks, 100 pounds in 6 months, come off all the prescription medications. And it was really easy to do. And now, did I get to eat all day as much as I wanted and graze? No. I got to eat breakfast for the Father, and then I stopped. Lunch for the Son, I stopped. Dinner for the Holy Spirit, I stopped. If I was having a mentally weak day, I could have an approved snack that controlled my blood sugar that tastes like whatever I was craving. I mean, for crying out loud, I was eating, even with this program, if you think about it, you take 8 hours of sleep off you total. It's 16 waking hours that the average person has. You're getting to eat 3 meals a day? Come on, y'all. How much food do we need? How much of our life do we want to waste with our only happiness coming when we got a little mouth pleasure going on? There's more to life than that. Let's branch out a little bit this year. Let's enjoy more stuff. What do you think? Let's enjoy life this year. We'll still get to enjoy food, but let's enjoy life. Let's give up food being our, can I just say it like it is, our idol God. Can I make a request of the children of the living God today? Could we put food in its proper place? It's something to be enjoyed. It's nourishment for our bodies. It's sustenance. But that's all it is. We don't live to eat. We eat to live. Cliche statement, but it's true. If you're living to eat, that is your, it don't matter what you say with your mouth is your priorities. Your priorities come from what you're spending your time on. You show me what you spend your time on in here and with your hands, your physical actions and your thoughts, and I'll show you who and what your God is. I sure will. Y'all know all this already. I'm just preaching to the choir. You know it. I know it. But, you know, the well is deep. I got nothing to draw with. You're not going to hear me today. Most of you will not hear me. And I understand that. But there'll be somebody who will. The Bible says you won't hear what I have to say, but you'll hear what thus saith the Spirit of God. So I hope somebody today will hear God's Spirit say, yes, wake up. It's high time you awake from your sleep and slumber, right? And you get on with it. Get on with real life, real living. Put God first in your own weak way. It won't be like the preacher tells you ought to. It won't be like your peers tell you ought to that's done got holier than thou. But in your heart, just have a connection and a relationship with God to the best of your ability and determine right now. Determine now. Now is the time. Come now, let us reason together. That you're going to eat the proper types of food, combined the right way. And you're going to eat breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit. You're going to break up old patterns so that new worlds are open to you. We get rid of this depression this year. Let's put in the hard work. I'm going to tell you the best time to put in the hard work is when everybody else is putting it in too, because that way you won't feel alone. Anyway, I'm just ranting. So let me see what y'all are saying, and I'm going to show you these badges because that's what many of you come for. See some good comments. If I missed a question, I'm having to scroll. Please ask again. I'll get to it. Got Sarah with us. A good crowd today. Please feel free to share the video. Please feel free. That's the way we keep coming to you. Shibboleth is a ministry first and foremost, and we need you. We need you. Victoria says, I have no idea if you're the person I think. My mom is Jennifer Heaton. Did you know her years ago? That sounds very familiar. Jennifer Heaton. It sounds very familiar. I have to look that up. Sounds familiar. Patricia, on the way back from 20-pound gain from ideal weight, 12 to go, therefore on 21-day purge to change bad patterns. I love it, Patricia. She is back, y'all. And thank you for all you do for the ministry, Patricia. Good stuff. Yes, Rhonda, good to have you back. Yes. Thank you, Kim. You're so special. Thanks for all you do, too. Well, I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to get started here. If you will bear with me while I share, and I'm going to show you some badges. And we've had lots of questions on the challenges. Y'all are starting to find little things we play with on the website that we ain't never rolled out. And this is one that the feature's complete. We got to do some more with some organization of it, but it works, and it's I think it's something fun that you'll enjoy. Now, keep in mind, when 80% of weight loss is nutrition. In fact, and I know I'll have my haters over this too, because you love your exercise, moving the physical body gets those endorphins to flow, and you feel great. It's great, fantastic, but exercise and or supplementation by itself is no good. Not when it comes to weight loss. Certainly you'll be bigger and stronger, and that's a good thing. But exercise and supplementation is really, I just hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy wasting money on supplements, if that's all you're doing. And I hope that you enjoy the time investment, investing that time in exercise without getting the rewards you want. 80% of weight loss is nutrition. In fact, you can get 80% of the way to your goal with just nutrition. Food literally can be exercise on a plate if you know what you're doing. Now, you'll get to a point where you look good in your clothes with just nutrition, but you might not ever look good naked. How many of you want to look good naked in 2018? Raise your hand. If you'll lie about that, you'll lie about other things too. So if you want to look good naked, after you get to where you feel like you look good in your clothes, then you got to keep up with the nutrition. Still got to do that. And then you can incorporate exercise and supplementation, and you'll get there. You will not even know your body anymore. That's when exercise and supplementation really does its job, is when we build on the right cornerstone, right? Faith, and then the next block, if we're talking about weight loss, faith in the Lord Jesus. Faith is the chief cornerstone, and then next, if we're talking about weight loss, is nutrition, okay? And then we can build upon that. So after 2 days on the program, if you really did it right and you had perfect days, there's perfect days and there's holidays. Quick review here. The way we do things here, we got brand new people, so let me say this, because the world will try to trick you. The only way this program works, and I'll get to that in just a minute, Ann, the only way that this program works, the way it was designed to work, is I wish thou were cold or hot, but thou art lukewarm, therefore I spew thee out of my mouth. That's how we design the program. You have a perfect day or you didn't. It's either a perfect day or it's a holiday. There is no in between. Mr. Miyagi said, Daniel-san, You drive right side road, you're safe. You drive left side road, you're safe. You drive down middle, squish like grape. And even though y'all hear this part from me more than any part, there'll be jokers that try to go down the middle of the road. And it'll work a few days as you're getting that water weight off, but it won't work for very long, and then you'll be discouraged. It's either right or it's right, because a holiday's right too. You just need to know how to define your day. You get 6 holidays in a weight loss mode, 6 holidays per month to eat whatever you want as much as you want. The other days need to be perfect days. When you get into maintenance, you get 12. Now, after 2 perfect days, you're in efficient fat burning. Your body is more optimally utilizing fat as a fuel source. So after 2 days, you're burning more fat. Now, any additional activity that we do and that we incorporate, or anything that is of quality that we consume that elevates metabolism and gives us more energy to perform more, the more fat we'll burn. And there's only 2 ways when you're reducing your calories, when you're in a calorie deficit like you'll have to be, there's only 2 ways to retain muscle. Number 1 is getting in the proper amount of protein for your body, which the program takes care of just by you following the Shibboleth Shield. And you better use it or you'll lose it. The Bible says the life and health of the flesh is in the blood. You want to reconstitute muscle, you want to build muscle, you got to use it. You got to use it or you'll lose it. Now, we're moving more after 2 days, and the more we get ourselves to move, the more fat we're going to burn. And that's what we're going to talk about. Let me check this question out real quick first. Please clarify the WOW challenge is how we make it work in the dogfight challenge. I will. Don't let me forget, Ann. I'll try to get to that. All right, I'm going to share this screen. Bear with me just a second. All right. Make sure it's up. Here we go. About a 10-second delay here. All right, so here we go. Now, what I've done is I've went to the website and I've logged into a dummy account that I use to work with my developer, and we do some programming. Now, I've logged into this website. I'm in as a member of Shibboleth, okay? Now, the first thing that we want to tackle is the question that I get about these exercise badges. So let me show you the exercise badges. Some people get into the badges, some people don't. I do. I like to see something that signifies I've done something. So let me go through all these badges, these exercise badges with you. Right here we go. All right, first off, if you agree, and I'll show you how to do this in a moment. Notice we try to get you to do challenges 1 day at a time, 1 commitment at a time, because we want you to feel, we don't want you to look and say, man, I got to do 30 days in a row. Well, you'll get there just by doing 1 day in a row, because when you do one of these, it doesn't look so, because the mentality, I can do anything for a day. I can do anything for a day. Over time, when you start believing in yourself and seeing the fruits of your labor, you'll say, I can do anything for a week. I can do anything for a week. Then you'll go, I can do anything for a month, and so on and so forth. So what we're talking about here is the 1 day exercise challenges. So you've got the Sugar Britches badge. All right, now you only can be awarded the Sugar Britches badge if you select and commit to a 1 day challenge on a given date, and you do not fulfill the minimum requirements of the challenge, which are very light. Okay, so you made a commitment, you checked off in your journal that you were making the commitment to do this 1 day exercise challenge, and you don't fulfill these easily obtained minimum requirements, then the next day you're going to get a sugar, or the next time you log in, you're going to get the Sugar Britches badge. It's a fun way of saying you're a Sugar Britches. Don't be made of sugar, be made of iron, right? We don't want you to make commitments. Isn't that where we're at as a people? We make commitments and we don't keep them because nobody makes us and we don't have to. So what we're saying is, you're a Sugar Britches. I've gotten Sugar Britches badges before. Say I'm going to do something for one lousy day and I can't even do it one lousy day, I'm a Sugar Britches. It's just a fun way to get you to go, I don't want to be a Sugar Britches, so I'm gonna count the cost more thoroughly next time before I say I'm going to do something that I know I'm not going to do. Next, the Soldier Badge. The Soldier Badge. You get a good Soldier Badge when you commit to a daily exercise challenge and perform the minimum requirements of said challenge. Upon selecting an exercise challenge, you must perform 100 exercise repetitions, 3 miles of walking, and you must have a perfect day. The Spartan Badge, little more difficult. 200 exercise repetitions, 7 miles of walking, and you must journal a perfect day. Now, the Savage Badge is elusive, right? 300 exercise reps, 10 miles, and a perfect day. Either one of these two badges on the honor system, you commit to doing it and you do it right, either one of these badges is going to accelerate your progress drastically, okay? So here's how we do these. Let me go to my journal now. Sonia says, you automatically get Sugar Britches badges? Yes. Yeah, that can be confusing. Maybe that's something we can recode later, but it goes away over the course of the day. So here's a journal, all right? So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to mark my day, and I'm marking a perfect day, and I'm putting in my meals and whatnot. I got my favorite meals, my favorite foods, my favorite recipes. I can just click favorite recipes, unstuffed cabbage rolls, and yep, that's my favorite one. I'm gonna cook that tonight. I'm gonna put that in my journal, yada, yada, yada. Okay. You always got to remember too, when you enter data, make sure you save or that data is going to disappear. This doesn't have auto save on it. So now I've saved, I've got a perfect day. I'm coming down to the exercise section that we're working on to make it much more user friendly, but it works. And as long as you're willing to utilize it for a day or two, you probably won't like it when we change it and make it look better, because you know we're all that way. We like our furniture left alone, don't we? All right. So here I am, and I've decided I want to do an exercise challenge. So I'm going to click this button, and then I'm going to save. I'll answer some of these questions in a moment too. So I've saved it. And now all of my friends that's on my friends list, this has, just like Facebook, we have a friends list. We can request to be friends with people. This is only going to show who of your friends list is doing the challenge. So you don't get anybody that's in there doing the challenge with you, then, make some friends, request some friends. So here it is. It's showing me of my friends, Jackson, Cherie, D-Star, C. Owens, Becky, Georgia Girl Running, and Travis. We're all doing a daily challenge. Jackson has already earned the Soldier Badge. We all start off as a Sugar Britches. So Jackson's already earned the Soldier Badge because Jackson has got 4 miles in of walking, which was greater than 3. And has already got 300 exercise reps. Now, notice Jackson has done enough exercise reps to earn the Savage Badge, but has not gotten enough walking miles yet. And you can just use a Fitbit, an Apple Watch, whatever you like there to track your walking miles over the course of the day. But Jackson's got a shot at getting that Spartan for sure. Maybe even Savage. Don't know what the rest of Jackson's day looks like. But now I know I'm in the challenge. I'm in it. I can see over here I'm also participating in the dogfight challenge. So now I've agreed that today I'm going to do the exercise challenge. Now I can do my own exercises from the exercise list, or I can do exercise homework. Okay, and you can earn another badge for that. So if you're not familiar with what you should be doing in regards to exercise, you can click the exercise homework. And let's see, it tells me I chose selected intermediate exercise homework for today. I got a neck roll stretch. I'm stretching before I exercise, toe touch stretch, shoulder roll, and then I've got my homework. And it's chosen for me the Superman, kettlebell standing one arm press, and standing barbell curl. It even tells me how to go about participating in this exercise homework. So if I didn't really know what body parts I wanted to work out, or I was brand new to exercise, I could select beginner, select some exercise homework, and just do those. But irregardless, whether you choose the exercise homework or you choose from the exercise list, you must log your reps. So I'm going to go and I'm going to add an exercise. What exercise? The Superman, the boxer, the butt tap? Well, I don't know what any of those are, Travis. Well, you just go to the exercise section and it pulls up an illustration for you. Here you've got one little graphic that's for miscellaneous exercise reps, and then you've got specifics. Donkey kick, the boxer, wall push-up, got the bicycle, incline push-up, roof is on fire, my favorite, the boxer with weights, all the way down to even, look, here's mine, jiu-jitsu, right? I got jiu-jitsu there. So you've CrossFit, you just estimate on the honor system, you total reps, easy to do, put that in there. If you can't find your exercise, you can request that we add it. Or you can just go into miscellaneous exercise reps. So let's say that I'm going in here and I couldn't find, I think squat thrust is in the list, but let's just say that I could not find it. So I'm just going to go in here and do miscellaneous squat thrust. So I'm going to put in today's date, today's time, doing my exercise. I did it at noon. And I did 100 squat thrust. Didn't use any weight. And I save. Okay, so now that's saved in there, and it tells me that I have gotten in 100 exercise reps at 12 o'clock. Now I'm going to go back to my journal. You say, well, this takes time. You know what? It takes just a little bit of time, but what it also does, when you write things down or you record things, you start attaching your activity and the completion of activity, you start attaching it to positive, you get a positive mindset about it. It wasn't just something you did and forgot about it. You've got a record of it. You can see what you did, what you accomplished, and what your results were. You need to be like a ship captain. A ship captain, if you've ever been on a cruise ship, that captain is always captain's log. They want to know how the path was to get from where they started to where they are. What's the wind been like? What's the sea been like? What they've encountered. And then it helps them even chart the course moving forward. And then they can look at this trip versus other trips and so on. So you need to become a journaler. You do. All right. So I go back. And now I'm going to put in my walking miles. I've got 3 miles in so far. And I save that. And now it says Travis Jack is a soldier. I got three walking miles in, 100 exercise reps. I am on my way. I saved all my progress, and I'm going to keep going today, and I'm going to try to earn those other badges. But what happens is you're earning those badges, yes, and what does that mean to you? I don't know, but here's what it means to us. The people that's in our website, the admin side, you guys that are on the admin side, I can see when you log in, how long it's been since you've logged in, do you journal? I can see all that. And I'm telling you that we've got people that use the fool out of the website but never journal, never immerse themselves in it. Then we got people that log in and they are avid journalers. They are going to journal. They're going to mark everything. If it's going in their mouth or it's an exercise activity, it's in here. They're losing almost now 3 times more weight than those that are logging in and just using the recipe databases or whatnot. I want you to really think about that if you want to lose weight. The numbers don't lie. There has to be something in that. And maybe it's just that it makes you more mindful. If you have to spend 5 extra minutes a day because you got to journal all this stuff, so what if it made you more mindful about your goals and your activity? Do you see what I'm saying? Is anybody with me? So please do that, please. Now, that's your exercise section of your journal, how to get to it, how to participate with the badges, everything you probably need to know about exercise and exercise homework, unless you have more questions. Want to clear one thing up? For someone, sorry, my wife is dinging at me. For someone who asked about the WOW challenges. Let me go to the WOW challenges. I go into challenges, and I love these things. I wish everybody would do them, especially when they get off course. Again, it's a commitment challenge. I go through here and I find a challenge that I like. And let's say eggs and burger. Boy, I like eggs and I like burgers. So let me pull it up. I pull up eggs and burgers and I look through there and it says breakfast. Here's what I can have, and I have to have it exactly. I'm declaring war on my weakness. Lunch is air. And then I got dinner. I get 4 to 6 ounces of hamburger meat, either beef or turkey. So I'm getting a hamburger patty, getting that big old egg 2 eggs and hemp flakes for breakfast. I got to eat air at lunch. I think I can do it. I can't do it for a week, but I can do it for one day. I can do it for one day. I can do anything for one day. Tells me about the beverages, the freebies. So I'm going to take the challenge, and I accept. And I'm going to do it today. And I got to do it exactly, and it's on the honor system or it's no good. So I go to my journal, and the system tells me I've got 2 active challenges. I got the dogfight challenge week number 1, and now I've got to do the eggs and burger challenge. If I don't do it exactly, then I have to, on the honor system, tap out of it. And, of course, you know, if I achieve my goal and I stick to it exactly, I'm going to get the WOW challenge balance, the WOW challenge badge with a number in it over here telling me how many I've successfully completed. Now, if you agree to a WOW challenge and it shows up over here and you don't do what you're supposed to on the honor system and you have to tap out, you click tap out, or you don't even come back to the journal and complete the challenge, you committed to do it and you just didn't do it. Then the next day you're going to get a Diet Devil badge. And the only way to get rid of a Diet Devil badge is to come back and successfully complete a challenge, and then the Diet Devil badge will go away. Now, the question earlier was in regards to the dogfight challenge. If you're participating in the dogfight challenge and you choose to do a WOW, some of the WOW challenges allow for 3 meals. So you will have those 3 meals. You have to do the WOW challenges exactly as they're laid out. You have to do them exactly. The only difference here is if you're just doing a one-day WOW challenge and not participating in some weekly challenge that we're doing, you just have to fulfill the criteria of this anytime during the day that you want to. But on the dogfight challenge, as we've said, we're also optimizing the timing of your meals to make the challenge fun. So in optimizing your time, you have certain windows during the day that you can eat. This morning, I text out what I ate, and it was at 9 a.m. And I said the group has from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. in order to get their meal in. Well, if you were doing a WOW challenge with 3 meals on there, you'd eat your breakfast, and then before that 4 hours is up, you'd eat that lunch too. You have to perform. You can omit things from a WOW challenge, but you can't add to it. So the only difference is if you choose to do a challenge within a challenge, you choose to do this WOW challenge, you must get whatever you're going to consume from that challenge in while the quote-unquote challenge mess hall is open. So if you choose to do 2 at a time, then that's how you do that and do it on the honor system. Hope that makes sense. Russell asked, and you can, or makes a comment, and you can split the reps up, so maybe 30 push. Yes, absolutely. You don't have to do one. I just did that for speed. You don't have to do 100 reps of one exercise. You can split them up through the day. It's just when you do it, you record it, and you can do 10 different exercises, 10 reps at a time. And as long as you enter that and save it, that's going to count towards your badge. Yes, you can always skip a meal on the WOW. With a WOW challenge, and there's instructions in the video, with a WOW challenge, you can omit things, but you can't add to them. You've got to do them exactly as they're laid out or less, because these are not just self-discipline challenges. They serve the purpose of helping you come back after a holiday and get the sugar out of your system, the excess sugar out of your system, the excess water out of your system. They also not only self-discipline and get the water out of your system, they help your body rest and recover from all that food you've been eating, because it takes really more, but most things that y'all would Google will say it'll take you 8 to 12 hours to digest food. So it's an intermittent fasting protocol. It's a self-discipline challenge, great way to get excess sugar. In other words, if you had a holiday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you really blew it, and you put on 7, 8 pounds of water weight, because it isn't all fat, a lot of it's water weight. Instead of it taking you 2 days to get back to normal, you could just about get there in 1 day with a WOW challenge. Any other questions? Any other questions? So all 3 WOW meals would need to be within, if you're doing both challenges. I want to reiterate that again. If you're doing both challenges, not if you're just doing a WOW challenge. I think you're doing dogfight challenge. If you're doing dogfight challenge, yep, that's right. You need to get it in, not just any 8 hours, but we're doing a challenge. So the 8 hours that the mess hall's open, you would need to get all that food in. You're welcome. You're welcome, Paula. Anybody else before we go? I know when people's wearing thin of me, because all my listeners get gone. Everybody's leaving. Anybody, any other questions before we go? Hope that helped you. Hope you'll utilize it. I hope you made the connection that people that use those features are losing almost 3 times the weight as those who do not. API is right here, and this gets asked a lot, so we got to think through an easier way to help y'all get that, but it's a security measure. You go into your profile, scroll down, and you'll see API key right here. Under Additional Services, Mobile Application, API key. We don't want to devalue our members and let everybody have access to all this stuff. So that's why you have an API key. And all you got to do to get it is put in your password and generate a new one or show the one that's existing. And that tells you your API key. when you're putting that API key in the app, make sure you've backspaced all the way to the left, because sometimes there'll be a tiny little space between all the way over on the left of the app and the number 8. So you want to backspace all the way to make sure that your little cursor's all the way to the left. Then put this in, and I do believe it's still case sensitive at this time. So you want to put that in exactly as it's listed there. And anytime you need to come back and find it, all you got to do is put in your password, click show. You don't have to generate a new one unless you want to. Does that help? All right, so I'm still not doing a good job explaining this. Let's see. Darlene says, so you're saying you can still eat all 3 meals on a WOW challenge within the dogfight challenge, meaning you'd eat twice during one mess hall? I thought you'd have to drop 1 meal. No, we all decided, and with everybody's busy lifestyle, when we did the first orientation, there was so much confusion about that, because people that are used to doing the WOWs, they want to do it the way we've always done those War on Weakness meal plans. So if you choose a War on Weakness meal plan, you can eat everything that's on that meal plan, but you have to get it in while the mess hall's open, because we're doing a weekly challenge. And part of the dogfight challenge is even controlling the times that the challengers eat. But you can always choose a WOW meal plan, because they all work gloriously. You can always choose one of those. If you like those better than the meal plan and meal list, you can choose a WOW, and you can have that day that you choose it, only the day that you choose it for in your journal. You can eat exactly from that WOW, but you can only eat the meals when the mess hall's open. That ain't going to make any sense to our new folks that aren't participating in the challenge, but hopefully it will you. Travis, give an example of times, like what time you'd eat. Let me try this. Let me try a different approach. I'm afraid that the people not doing the challenge are going to get confused here in a minute. All right, so I'm going into WOW challenges, and I'm looking for a challenge that I might like to do, okay? So I find this one. Let's see what it is. No, that one only got 2 meals on it. Y'all want one with 3 meals. So let me try this one. Nope, that one's only got 2 on it. I don't know why y'all even worried about it. Looks like all these boogers have only got 2 meals. There here's one. Here's one. We found one. We found one. All right. So this one's got 3 meals on it. Now, if I'm doing a WOW challenge, I must abide by the rules of the WOW challenge. Only difference is if you're doing the weekly dogfight challenge, this particular one, we're telling you when you can eat. So this morning, I text out, mess hall's open at 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. So I could eat my 2 tablespoons of butter and peanut butter, or approved peanut butter, on my bran crisp bread for breakfast here according to this WOW. Now, I don't have to eat my lunch, but if I want my lunch, I'd better eat it before what time? Before 1 o'clock. So maybe I have, the minute Travis texts, I have this breakfast, and then at 12:30 p.m. I have my lunch. Then I can't have my dinner until he texts again, because the mess hall's soon going to be closed. Does that make more sense? So, example, maybe I eat today at 4 p.m. So I send that out and I say, the mess hall's open from 4 to 8. You'd have to wait until 4 to 8 to get in that dinner. Or if you didn't have the lunch and you feel famished, you could eat the lunch at 4 and then eat this again before 8. You just have to eat the components here of our meal plan. You've just got to eat it within those open times while we're participating in the challenge. Does that make sense? By the way, we got new people watching. Don't pay no attention right now. These are challenges because we like for our new members to watch the daily doses, take the test, pass test, earn that badge, and that signifies that you've learned basic nutrition, basic whole food nutrition. These challenges aren't lifestyles, they're tools. They're miraculous results. You know, somebody messaged the other day, he lost 27 pounds in 30 days. We've had them lose 40 pounds in 30. That's pretty miraculous. So these tools help us lose weight healthfully and fast and develop self-discipline, but they're not a lifestyle. The lifestyle is learning grocery store nutrition, all right? Thank you, Paula. Anybody else? Any other questions before we go? It's just new concept to you, Ann. It's not you. Sometimes it's just in the way that we put it or word it, or, you know, we all learn differently. And this is new. This is new to you. So I understand it, Steve. I've tried to explain it to other challenge members, and so I was trying to get Travis to give some specific time examples. Thank you, Melissa. Anybody else? Did I miss anything? I've been having to look up and down, so if I missed your question, have a go. Y'all gonna be amazed at your results for this week if you do your best. I think last challenge had somebody lose 19 pounds in a week. It's a lot of water and a lot of sugar, but also a lot of fat. Yep, don't forget, Team Dogfight's got to beat that Team Purge, all in good fun. If they win, I'll be happy for them, but I sure would like for us to win. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I love you in the Lord. Have a perfect day. Give it y'all today, okay? Give it y'all. Do your best. You'll feel better when you lay your head down tonight. Bye, everybody.